What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Lombard Trucking Show. We're at episode 55, and I want to start off by giving a nice shout out to my good friend Reed over there at Lost Freight, as well as Justin from Freight Waves, and my basically mentor now, Gord McGill, on roping me in on all that is trucking Twitter, because they introduced me to today's guest, who is a big voice out there in trucking Twitter and has been my funniest follow on Twitter, probably to date. So without any further delay, I want to welcome to the show Mr. Quincy Johnson.
Hey, how's everybody doing? How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. I got your name right?
Yes, you did.
All right, perfect. And we're going to get into what your name says on the screen here later on in the episode, because that's a factor of what makes you so funny. But really appreciate you coming on. I noticed on Twitter you were talking about you recently celebrated your anniversary of getting into the industry, and it seems like a really good story. And yeah, man, tell the listeners, what's your life story?
Not a problem. Well, let's just say before I started trucking, I was just wasting life away. I mean, I was working hard. Nobody could ever accuse me of being lazy, not even my enemies. But I didn't do anything past the work. Spent the money as soon as I made it. Never, saved up a dollar. All of it went towards, food, bills, drugs, alcohol, whatever. And I remember 2013, I'm watching Fox Business. There's a gentleman on there, Charles Payne, and him and his round table were going on and on and on about how, America needs truck drivers. They need drivers, drivers. Money. But you got to pass a drug test. And as I'm sitting there smoking weed, I'm just like, all right, man, maybe I'll give it a chance. Damn it. All right. And I actually sent him a tweet like, hey, man, listen, dog. It's my last joint. I'm going to put it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give myself a 5-year plan to either be a welder or a truck driver. Okay? That was September 2000 and of that year. Everything. Fast forward to October that same year. I'm listening to the Michael Brown show. I don't know if you know who Michael Brown is, do you?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard of him. If you, is he a trucker too?
No. He was the undersecretary or the director for FEMA when that hurricane in New Orleans hit back in the day.
Oh, for Katrina? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He was in Denver. He has a talk show, still does. Back then, we followed each other on Twitter, and it's a Friday afternoon, and I'm listening to his show, still smoking, and it comes my time to be on the air. He's like, "Hey, is this that damn Quincy BBW from Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What are you doing in Texas?" I'm like, "Man, I'm saving up money so I can either go to truck driving school or be a welder." So he puts me on hold, and literally the next caller was like, "Hey, look, I must have called in at the right time. This must have been divine intervention. Um, my name's Mike. I own a truck driving school right outside of Denver. Tell that man Quincy if we can find our way up here or pay for his training and get him a job as a truck driver." And yeah, it's been on like Donkey Kong ever since. You know.
Man, that's so this is a radio show you were listening to. Like, was it a podcast or like an XM radio show?
No. It was an actual local Denver radio show I was listening to on my phone and whatnot, and decided to call in because again it was Friday afternoon, just off work. I didn't have a damn thing anything else planned on. I was like, let me just call in, talk to him for a second, and ended up with an opportunity that changed my life forever. You know.
That's not, so you at the time. So you're originally from Texas. You were down
No,
there.
no. I'm originally from Detroit. At that time, I was just living in Texas, living not even check to check, day to day, parking cars, washing dishes, part-time bouncer, no real direction whatsoever. I'm just out there taking up space and, smoking more weed than I care to admit. You know what I mean? And like I said, this opportunity fell into my lap. That happened on a Friday. Uh, that Tuesday, I was on a plane from Austin to Denver going to training. And here we are now, 8 years later. I just celebrated my anniversary a couple weeks ago, 8 years in, and I love it. Even on the bad days, I love it.
No, that's true. Even on the bad days, there have been times, yeah. I think about it being on. I remember I was tightening a hose clamp in the pouring rain off of 35, right in Ardmore, Oklahoma, because coolant was leaking, and I was like, this way beats up sitting behind some fucking desk running reports. You're absolutely right. Even on the bad days. So
Yeah,
you
I been down just like it's better than breaking up a bar fight. Tell you that much.
Oh yeah, man. I spent when I was I used to be a bigger gentleman, heavier, and I worked security at a bar in New Haven, and yeah, I've had to kick out. Probably the worst story was I had to kick out this Saudi Arabian dude because he was beaten off on this couch. Just dropped trowel. He was just beaten off, and
wow.
me and this dude Eric, we didn't want to touch him. We didn't want to touch this guy, but we had to kick him out somehow, and we were like. Oh, the way we were kicking him out was so funny. But yeah, then we threw him out. We tell the cops, yo, this guy was jerking off. And the cops are like, I don't want to fucking deal with him. it was funny. So yeah, I'm glad to not be dealing with that. So you go to school in Denver. This guy covers it for you. He covers your school. Where'd you start driving for?
You know what? The first place, which I don't like to admit it, but it is what it is, man. FM Western Express. They're the first people to call me back. And my dumb, naive ass went there. They actually fired me about 2 days after I finished my training, and I use training in quotation marks with regards to them, and always will, because when I was backing up at the yard, I hit another truck. So they put me on a bus back to um, to Austin and whatnot. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad that what happened happened because Western Express showed me how not to be a truck driver. Most definitely. I don't know if they still have this rule in place now, but when I was there, if you drove for Western Express for 3 months with no accidents, you could be a trainer regardless of how long you have been driving a truck before those 90 days. Like my trainer, I've been driving less than a year, but he was a trainer.
Yeah.
That's just not good. It's like I'm not a fan of like putting drivers as trainers when they got, barely a year in. Like me personally, I think it should be a 5 year minimum before you can even be considered to be a trainer. And even then, your record better be spotless. No speeding tickets, reckless driving, none of that crap. It's freaking wild out here. So I left there, went to Voyager Express, which is based out of Colorado and Denver, and got trained the right way. You know what I mean? I stayed there for about 2.5 years. That was regional, basically going Denver to California and back. Got to learn how to drive over the Rockies and everything. Got to learn how to drive over Donner Pass, going through Wyoming and whatnot. Then I moved to Atlanta because I met a woman. Tried doing local work. That didn't work. So I went back over the road doing LTL freight. Basically jumped around from LTL to double tankers, to flatbed. I've been at my current job now altogether 3 years. There was a 2 month period when I went to work for this guy as a lease operator, and he screwed me with my pants on. So I left, and thankfully my job took me back.
Was that out of Chicago?
No, actually, it was out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Ah,
I don't even think that trucking company is even around still, because boy, When I say it was the very definition of outlaw trucking, yeesh.
No, you're not the first person I've talked to who's fallen victim to that. I'm gonna have a kid on. I met him. He's a younger kid too. I'm gonna have him on the show soon. He got screwed over by this guy out of Chicago, Russian Ukrainian dude. I don't know what he was, but same thing. Yeah, at least that the truck, like he was paid 1099. He ended up not getting paid. The guy, yeah, the company's not around anymore. Pretty sure they seized all the assets and shit. He's still waiting on like settlement money. There's a lot of that going on in the industry. I don't think people realize that. But that's so you're a company driver now.
Yes, I'm a
Oh,
company
okay.
driver. I'd rather not say who I work for. It's a small company out of Denver and everything. I mean, when I say small, it might be 20, 25 drivers total, but we run all over the continental U.S.
No, that's awesome, man. Hey, yeah, no worries if you don't want to tell people who you're driving for. There's two things I like to do on the show. I do like to promote good companies because obviously, and then I like to talk about the bad ones. And really, you mentioning Western Express and you mentioning that has everything to do with why I'm trying to pump out more episodes to talk about that problem with training with new drivers. Gord calls it the CDL milling factory. That's what's making things a lot worse out here is the
Pretty
turnover.
much, man.
And Western Express is 3 months. I don't doubt it. Western Express is noted as a second chance company. I started with Pam Transport, and you just needed 6 months of like accident free, and you could be a trainer. Like
Jesus.
6 months, yeah, at 6 months, there's no way I could have taken somebody. And even though I'm 33, like there's no way I could have taken somebody. Even I was still 30 then. Like I couldn't have taken somebody and trained him. I didn't know shit. I still don't know shit. I even now like running, I'm pulling oversized, over height. I still don't feel confident, taking somebody with me you know, and then having them go out on their own. I don't know. I still need a few more years for that.
Oh,
But that,
listen, I get it. My mentor told me, listen, the day you think you know everything there is to know about trucking, that's the day that you need to turn your keys in and stop being a truck driver because you are constantly learning new stuff on the road every single day. And he's right about that. And when he told me that he had about 30 years in the game, and he was just like, yeah, I still consider myself a rookie. I'm still learning things out here. I'm constantly learn stuff. You know what I'm saying? No day is the same. Even if you're doing a dedicated local route, and no day will ever be the same as the next day or the last day, So you start thinking that you know everything about trucking, it's time to be something else, you know? It's
yeah,
time to be something else.
yeah, you couldn't be any more right. I was doing Walmart dedicated when I was with Pam, and I essentially didn't leave Texas for a while, so I got to see the whole state and learn the whole state. And even then, like I've probably been to every Walmart and Sam's Club around the Dallas Fort Worth area, and there's just no way you can never prepare, like you can never know it all when it comes to going around like the Metroplex. No matter how much I would take every highway, every loop, every toll road, every side road, all this stuff. I learned so much about the Metroplex, just the way people drive. You could do it for 30 years and something you're going to learn something new driving through just that one area.
Yeah, man. You know what? The thing about a freaking Stevens Transport is one where all it takes is 1 year of driving, and you can be training people after that. I'm just like, all right, man. I mean, at least it's a year, but still, like, I don't think that's enough to be considered a trainer, like at all. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
No, neither do I. And the reason why it's like that, and for any of the non-drivers who listen, it's because the turnover is so high at those companies. They don't have drivers. They don't have enough drivers who stay there longer than a year, who are willing to do that job. Because odds are, because any of the experienced drivers end up finding a company like the one you're driving for now. They buy their own trucks, or they end up going into a specialized area of freight, like flatbed or doing cattle hauling, whatever it may be. Like they don't have it, and then the people who do end up staying there, you can't force them to be a trainer. I don't want to be a trainer because I don't want to. I heard a story that my trainer at Pam, I still keep in touch with him. He wasn't a bad dude at all. he told me about kids he had with him. He had this dude who would like sleep fucking butt naked in the top rack with his ass hanging out.
Jesus.
He's like, I had this guy. Yeah, he's like, man, I woke up one morning and I stood up and his fucking ass was in my face. I was like, yeah.
Now
I was like,
listen, once you get out of training in your own truck, do what you feel, man. But if you're in training, man, let me have your ass on. Oh my God, that's
yeah,
that's that's wild.
yeah, no, that's wild shit. So you're working for a good company now. What's it? You
Yes.
said you had a 5 year plan. You've accomplished your 5 year plan. What's the future looking like for you?
Okay. The future is I have just hit year one of 5 more years living in the truck. I would hit 3 years of living in a truck in June and everything. But once my company I'm with now took me back in March, I said, listen, you're gonna live in this truck for 5 years. You're gonna make money, save money. After that 5 years, you're gonna take a good hard look at buying some land somewhere in a state where you can get the most bang for your buck. And I know 8 years total may seem like a lot, but I have a Canadian couple who they actually just turned in their keys after like what, 20, 25 years of trucking. They spent 9 years living in the truck. No RV, no nothing, just living in the truck. I figure, if a married couple can live that close for 9 years and not murder each other in their sleep, I can definitely do it on my own for like, 8 years. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So okay, so right now you're not paying rent anywhere. You don't have like a home base.
Denver technically is my home base. I mean, I am a kept man now, so if I'm in Denver for 34, I got an actual bed and a hot meal waiting for me. But yeah, my meal comes to my job. What I'm saying, the only bills I have are various apps on my phone and food and drink. Obviously, that's it. Everything else is either saving or gold or silver or guns and ammo.
Yeah, just what's it called? Investments. No, this is actually I'm glad you bring this up because I actually would say I mean I've told a lot of people like man if I was single because I'm married but if I was single I definitely would just I wouldn't pay any rent. I'd have keep as little bills as possible and I would just stack money because you're absolutely right. This actually is a job where if you do it for 10 years straight, OTR, whatever it may be, and you don't have a car payment, rent, car insurance, like think about what that is per month for people. You figure a car payment it could be 400, car insurance could be 200, and then rent is 1,000. I mean, imagine having just say on a high end 2,000 extra dollars a month. You're not just throwing away in bills, and you just stack $2,000 a month for 10 years. Yeah, you could figure stuff out, but so for anybody listening, if you're a single guy or gal out there, this is a good way to do it. If you're looking for early retirement or getting land so you can hang out. Yeah, I like
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
I'm
Because I
jealous.
was thinking land or a truck. I settled on land because, well, they're making new trucks. They ain't making new land. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Land. And I honestly, I've had a few people tell me to go to Walmart. Honestly, I'd be taking a pay cut if I went to Walmart, and that is no diss. What I'm saying, at Walmart. It's just I know for a fact Walmart will not let you live in their trucks.
Yeah,
So right off the bat, I gotta find a place to stay at, pay rent and bills. I gotta buy a car to get to and from work. Nah.
yeah,
That's can't see it now. Having said all that, if somebody else wants to go to Walmart, yo, I've got two people who work there now. They say it's the easiest damn trucking gig you're ever going to have. Easy, easy money. You know?
yeah. It is like I said. I did that Walmart dedicated running out of New Braunfels. I live just south of Austin, and so
Okay.
I was pulling out of New Braunfels, and that job is so like, yeah, you're right. Besides as a Walmart driver, they do what's called the slip seating. Yeah, when you go home for a reset, you get like the truck goes and then somebody else gets in that truck and you're in a truck the next week. So that's why you can't do that. But man, yeah, it's just you check into the DC, you go up there, give them your number. They'll come back. They give you a trip. Hey, go find this trailer, bring it to this store, grab it empty, go to this customer. It's just like, so it's just drop and hook, cut and dry. And it's, yeah, they leave you alone. It's awesome. Yeah. And if you're a Walmart driver, it's probably even better. I agree. So that's good that you give that even Walmart can't even compete with what you're doing. Are you running regular drive van?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
okay. So
doing regular drive van, and you know what? I'm not. This is not me bragging. This is just me saying like you can get money if you put the work in. I cracked over 100 grand, barely, like 101 and change, but I grossed over 100 last year as a company driver, and I did not even work the first 2 months of the year. So it can be done. You just gotta bring your ass out for it. That's all. And I get it. Trucking's not for everybody because you're gonna be missing a lot of birthdays, holidays, anniversaries. I get it. I get it. At the same time, though, sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit in the front end to enjoy it in the back end. Balls.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. I haven't seen my house in over a month since February, but yeah, there's money coming in. There's good loads I'm able to get. That's the price you pay of trucking. Like, yeah, you're not home every night and stuff like that. You mentioned trying to do a local job. That's the thing with locals. There's a lot of guys who, oh man, I got to get this local. I got to do this thing. I'm gonna go work for this. These local jobs, man. It's like you're working more. You work more doing a local gig than you do over the road. And when you're home, you're just sleeping.
Now, I will say I do know some local fuel haulers, one in Jacksonville, one in Philly. They're getting their money. They are getting their. Oh, and another one who just started in Texas. Both of them are making about a good 400 to 600. What I'm saying, a day doing the loads and everything. So depending on which city you're in, you could haul fuel to gas stations and get some money. Local drive-in, not so much. But like I said, hazmat fuel tankers, you can do that. You know.
Yeah, that's where it's at, especially in a place like Texas. Yeah, doing anything fuel or moving fuel like that or liquids. Yeah, that's where it's at. Yeah, doing local like those Coke and Pepsi jobs, especially the non-union ones, are definitely really tough. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm
Yeah.
with you
Now,
on
honestly,
that.
if this was oil fields, man, because it was a good solid 2 year period where what was it? Whatever that town was in North Dakota, they were jumping off. Texas was jumping off. Like dudes were just coming out there. Owner operators are look. I got my own truck. I'll sleep in my truck. Where the trailers at? Let's go. And was getting money. But that crap dried up. I'm just like, all right, what next? What next?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think I
I
lost you.
remember that.
All right, there
I
you are.
remember. Yeah, no, I'm here. I remember when the North Dakota stuff was popping off, and yeah, there was a big money grab on that. It's still like, I mean, what's crazy? Yeah, I talked to a lot of guys who they do the oil field stuff in West Texas, but some of them are like, hey, some of them will be like, hey, come out here. There's a lot of money, and then the other half of them are like, hey, if you come out here, you're gonna sit for 12 hours. Like the money's like you'll make more money by doing something else. So yeah, it's sometimes it's based off of markets. Now, one thing I want to ask you: so how's parking going on your end? What do you got to say about truck parking?
You know what? I will say that is the biggest issue facing truck drivers today, even more so than a warehouse wasting your time by taking 5, 6, 7 hours to load you or unload you. Um, my suggestion is what I do anytime I'm driving, if I see, a big warehouse that doesn't have a gate around it or a big vacant lot or some abandoned building, I'm pulling out my phone. I'm getting on Google Maps. I'm dropping the pin. You know what I mean? Like, hey, super secret parking at this spot here, exit so and so in Wyoming or something like that. I'm constantly marking parking spots where I can park at. Me personally, I'll park anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, I've done my fair share of taking a 35 reset on the side of the road. I don't care. That's just me. Some people might not want to do that, and I get it. Some people might say, I want to do my 34 at home, at the truck stop or the rest area. Me, I just don't give a flying fuck. I'm just, whatever. You know. But I would say, yeah, if you're out and about, make a note on Google Maps about oh, there's a vacant lot over there, or there's this really cool warehouse over here that doesn't mind, if you park there overnight, or here's some street parking in the industrial area in Salt Lake City where nobody's gonna message you, or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're out
Okay.
there.
But you got to go. Yeah, but you got to go find it. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of lots. Yeah, me. You see, I'm always working out and stuff, so I always want to shower. I just had my other friend. I just had another gentleman on Euros. He's like you. He'll go anywhere, and he's like, I'll just baby wipe myself, man. I'll do the push-ups. He'll do the work. He just baby wipes. It's like, yeah, like you. He runs. He still runs paper logs. I don't think you're running paper, but he runs paper. So he drives at night. He's doing all this stuff.
How is he running paper logs? That's
Oh,
that's what I want to know.
oh yeah, he's got a 99
Ah,
379, yeah, with a 99 Detroit engine in it. So he's got himself, yeah, he's a rebel. He's an outlaw. So
good for him. Good
yeah,
for him.
exactly. And okay, so parking's that's the thing. I always want to get it on there because that's the thing. Like I talk about parking because that the message seems to not be getting through to the right people. So it's just every single time I talk to a driver around here, I want them to tell the truth on what it's like parking for them. And it's like people need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, motherfuckers need to know, like, you're parking in fucking abandoned parking lots. For the most part, that's not safe. But hey, I mean, if I'm you and I run up on you, I'm probably not going to try to rob you. But if I run up on a
Man,
woman,
listen.
I'd rob her.
Last count, I got like 34 knives in here, a big ass machete. I got a couple of cutlass swords. Yeah, you probably just don't want to do all that. You know, I would say as far as parking in and around major cities, there are some cities I refuse to park at. Memphis is one of them. I just don't do that. Never have, never will. I've heard too many horror stories. No thank. Dude, I have parked on the side of the road in Compton before I would ever even think about parking in Memphis. And as far as bigger cities like say LA or Houston, I would try to plan it so that you can get there early and get out early so that you don't have to worry about parking. Um, like normal times when I gotta go to LA, I need to park in Barstow or somewhere closer. I have a little hiding spot in Azusa, and just get there mid afternoon. Wake up super early the day of, drop my stuff, get my back haul, and get the hell on out of there.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. I would do the same thing. I've stayed in Barstow a bunch before I ever get caught like somewhere because if you're not at that TA in Ontario, California, and you're trying to park anywhere else, you're definitely screwed. I like that you bring that up about Memphis. People need to know. Yeah, if you stay in Memphis like that, you're basically asking for it. I hate the victim blame, but you stay in Memphis, you're fucking asking
Um,
for it.
and Laredo, Texas, is another one that I don't park at. I had a delivery there. I parked 40 miles north of Laredo at a rest area. Went in that morning, dropped off, got my back on, got the hell out of there. My mentor stayed at that TA in Laredo. Woke up, they had sold his pigtail and his trailer lights, all of them.
Yeah, at the TA right across from the Flying J in
Yep.
Laredo. That exact one. I don't know if you've heard this, but this is true, and I learned this when I leased my truck on with Warren. Is so I'm not allowed to stay there overnight. They don't let their drivers their owner ops stay there. And apparently, a lot of it has to do with it's estimated 3 to 4 people per night disappear from there.
The Dallas TA off Bonneview and the pilot. I don't go there anymore because I heard stories about them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've stayed at that TA. I've heard the pilot does have like prostitution, and that it's a lot of them are human trafficking victims. But that TA in Dallas is fenced in. I know it's right off 20. You're talking about that one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not the greatest area in the world, but the TA is fenced in. But yeah, the pilot is definitely way more sketchy. But
Yeah,
so man, what's that?
I say, yeah, I've never been to that pilot, and God willing, never will.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad you bring that up about parking. People need to know that. Yeah, that's even for anything. I talked to that this kid Jesse who works for Oregon Truck Lines. He does flatbed. He loves trucking, loves his company, loves everything about it. And he's just like, man, we were talking offline after. He's just like, dude, it is one thing that will like really get on my nerves. It's the only thing that gets on my nerves is the fucking parking thing. But mate, speaking of parking, you just mentioned shit. What, you got a fucking armory in that truck?
Like I said, I bought a good 37 knives in various lengths. I've got one Hassan chop blade that's about a good. The blade itself is like 12 inches. The handle's like another 3 or 4, and everything. Um, and bear in mind, once I shut down for the night, you knock on my door, you're getting a naked black man in your face wearing a bonnet and with a knife. Like, what do you want? What do you want?
No, I
That
love it. Yeah.
usually deters them away. As a matter of fact, freaking 2 weeks ago, I'm on uh, where the hell was I? Wait a minute. Yeah, I was on I-20, going away from Midland at a delivery in Georgetown. All right, and it just did like 700 some odd miles, and I went to sleep. All of a sudden, don't, 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 don't. I wasn't going to answer the door, but they knocked like 6 more damn times. Oh, God. So, yeah, I get up, like I said, naked as a jaybird, with the big machete and my bonnet. It's some damn fat lady. I run on with him just like, can I help you? But normally I don't do this. Let me stop you right there. I don't have any money, and even if I did, I'm 47 years old. My days of paying for coochie are behind me. Go away. Don't knock on my door again. And she didn't.
Yeah, so you got the notorious knock. I've gotten a couple of those knocks in West Virginia and the Petro in Oklahoma City. That's where I've gotten the knock. So, but yeah, West Texas probably just as sketchy.
I
Yeah,
was shocked that of all places, West Texas, like where the money flows like oil. But all right, whatever.
yeah. This dude was just telling me I was with this. I met this driver yesterday. He was telling me that he was up by Worcester, Massachusetts, a couple of years ago. This is probably like 10, 15 years ago. And it was around Christmas time, and he said this like uh, Peruvian woman, basically just like because he was going to be stuck there over Christmas, and yeah, she just like suckered him in. He bought her. He ended up buying her like a bunch of. He ended up buying her like a purse and all this stuff, and I guess like come to find out, like that's what her and her mom both do is they just prey on single truck drivers around the holidays, knowing that they're going to be alone. And this is up by Worcester, Mass. So yeah,
And damn all that, bro. Like again, I've paid for more than my fair share of cool time. I do that no more. Even if I was, what I'm saying, single and whatnot, I got a perfectly good left hand. I'm not that. It's free, by the way. I don't need you. Go
yeah,
away. Like I don't know you. I don't want to catch something that I can't throw back. Like nah, I'm good. I'm good. No thank you.
yeah. You age out of those things relatively quick. Exactly. You're on a fucking 5-year plan. You're saving money. That you have better places to put your money than on someone who's essentially worthless in a way when you think about it. If you're looking at it that way.
I mean, let's be honest with it. Like, if all you got to offer is a mouth or a hole No, I'm good. No thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm with you. So let's go into so if, for the people who are listening, not watching. Quincy's name on the video, it says Quincy loves BBWs, and that's probably the funniest part about his Twitter profile. Is what's your Twitter name?
Oh, it's at not a BBW lover. I do love them. I'm just trying to throw out the freaking algorithms so I don't get kicked off of Twitter yet again. So I put at not a BBW lover, and then the first line of my bio, psych out loud, I love BBWs, and I do,
That's
ladies.
that's the best. I think that's the best part about your about your profile is your name's not BBW and it's psych. Yes, I do.
Yep, psych out loud. I love BBWs.
So
On
you
over
were
here, Big Mama Gertrude.
you were kicked off Twitter. So was your original name Quincy loves BBWs and you were kicked off Twitter?
Yes, man, this is like my 12th or 13th account, I think, bro. To be honest with you.
Okay, so you're a cage rattler. I got to hear this. So what got you kicked off?
Man, what hasn't got me kicked off? Let's see here. Uh, Calling people out their name. I told one dude that deep throw a shotgun one time. Uh, let's see. I called Bill Maher the N word like twice. Um, there's a variety of things, man. It's like I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest with it, there's a lot of people who have gotten me suspended because I don't fit their narrative of how a black man should act. I'm just like, well, who made you to end up be all about that? Screw you, I'm me, you know? So that had a lot to do with it. Other times I was just talking wild and crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just talking wild and crazy. So, I mean, what it is. I've got people who can make accounts for me again. I'm not saying that I need Twitter, but it's nice to have. I've definitely learned a lot from people on Twitter, especially trucking Twitter, with regards to driving a truck, being about a truck driver, finding out about routes and everything. Because I remember the first time I had to go to Brooklyn, I was shitting bricks. I'd never been there before. I seen way too many YouTube videos of trucks stuck on the bridges, and I didn't want that to be me. You know what I'm saying? So I've definitely learned a lot off of Twitter. I'd like to stay on there for a while longer.
Yeah, no, that's on Channel 19. Somebody gave me the handle of Twitter when I was on 81, shut down in a snowstorm. I go to whenever I've been shut down behind a fatality or whatever it may be, I'll go to Twitter and like read the local news. And I was talking to a guy on the CB radio and I was telling him, hey, I'm reading this on Twitter. And he didn't know my name. And he goes, he's like, hey, you. He goes, I'm going to call you Twitter. And that was like the first time I ever got in the CB handle. So, yeah, no, for information, it's definitely better to have. I like what you said. You didn't fit people's narrative of what it meant. And it is funny because the people who, it's always white people saviors who try to dictate.
Boy!
They want to dictate who you're supposed to be. Yeah, because
Ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding.
they want to come in and save you because you need rescuing. Apparently, according to them.
That's the crazy part. They think that without their help, I can't be successful. Bitch, please. Okay, first and foremost, first of all, I didn't ask for your damn help, Barbara. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, if I do need your help, I'm already a lost cause. Leave me alone. Okay? Go away. No, 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 man. It's yeah, dude. It's wild. Both sides do it. That's why I don't put no faith in there. One of them, one side sees me as a pawn, other side sees me as a puppet, and I'm just sitting there just like screw the both of you. I'm gonna hit my numbers regardless.
Yeah, man, you I couldn't agree with you more on that. Yeah, it's crazy how and neither side like seems to see that. Like one side truly believes that like they care the most about, this type of community. They care so much, yet if they cared so much, then why are there still all these problems? And then the other side is just
They care until you disagree with them. Then it's how dare you talk like that after all we did for you people? Like what? Okay.
oh, is that what you did it for? Yeah, is that what you did it for? So you'll always, yeah, so we'll always just unwillingly do what you say. Yeah, it's funny how that winds up. I think there was one I saw you. Some people were roasting you for something, and I might get canceled for this myself, but for talking about it. But this was one of the funniest things I ever read. I was actually crying in my truck when I read the tweet, but it's because a bunch of people I think were quoting your response, but some guy had tweeted something that he said he was going to use. He said he wanted to use his
N-word pass, yeah.
his once a year N-word pass, and he wanted to say it against I think the president of Ukraine, and
Yep.
and like because we were giving him a bunch of money, and you responded to him saying like agreeing with it. You were like, well done.
Yeah, well done, man. Yeah. And boy, yeah, I call Heath, but I'm just like, whatever. First of all, I never gave him a pass. We were just bullshitting around. He's never said that word once. But I was going along with it because, well, I like chaos. You know what I mean? And yeah, they were mad at me. I'm just like, I'm
Yeah,
yawn, whatever. It's
I
like
saw.
one, it's
Oh,
Twitter. None of y'all are gonna pop up in my face and do anything about it. And if you do, bring a goddamn lunch. You're gonna need it. Secondly, it's Twitter. Stop being so damn. What happened to racial humor? Like, how did we go from freaking the Jeffersons and Sanford and Son and Archie Bunker to man, he giving out N-word passes? You know what? What if I am? Whatever. Who cares?
yeah. What did it is when I think about humor and comedy, you're right. Like we had these sitcoms, and people's justification, at least progressive justification, was, oh, that's it's because it was like people were numb to its silence, and now we need to be activists because it was actually wrong. And it's like, well, who dictates what's wrong? Because society deemed it was okay and funny. Like everybody else seemed it was running. Who eventually? How did it change paths? Like we know that owning humans is wrong, and there's no justification for that. But for
Y'all still did
yeah,
it.
people still did it at one point. But like when it comes to humor, at what point does humor, when does society change, and what can and cannot be funny anymore? Which is funny that it's just a bunch of people were like quote tweeting your tweet and calling you a fraud and all this stuff. And that's when I saw it.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was like,
fruit, sellout, a coon, a house Negro. I'm just like, yeah. I don't even go back and forth with them anymore, man. I just wasting my time. They're gonna believe what they're gonna believe. So whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
what can you do? Now there is something in your bio, and you don't have to talk about it if you want, but I'm only because like I want to know what it is. You say in your bio, I don't even know what the word is.
Hotel.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay. Okay. Well,
If you
the
don't
word
mind talking
literally.
about it, I just
No,
wanted
it's
to
cool.
know.
It's cool. It's cool. The word literally means at peace.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay. But it's turned into like a movement. And let me give a shout out to Hotel Jesus and all the other hotels out there. Honestly, you can interpret it however you want. It's like my interpretation of what it means to be a hotel is different from his, is different from the next guy. For me, being a hotel is all about personal responsibility and holding yourself accountable for your words, your thoughts, and your actions, be it good, bad, or ugly. If you're one of them people that are always blaming others for situations that you put yourself in, you're basically saying that you don't control your own life. And that's just no way to live. So for me, it was our personal responsibility, making sure your mind is right, your health is right, your wealth is right, not dealing in any foolishness or tomfoolery, or at the very least keep it to the very minimum that you can.
Nah,
You know what? Short story, be the best version of you that you can be. That's my version of being a hotel. Yes, in a hotel, you might get something completely different. And that's okay. That's okay.
yeah, that's life. No, I like that, and I couldn't agree with that more. The blame game, yeah, we could play the blame game all we want, and we could talk about this happened 10 years ago, or who I was yesterday, or I mean, we could talk about something from 1,000 years ago. We could always blame history for everything like that, but what's in your control? Like people,
Exactly.
yeah, like what can you control right now? what's the story you want to write? Do you want to write this at the end of your life? Do you want them to write the story? Oh, so and so couldn't do this because he said it was because of XYZ that happened before him, or so and so died trying to be this because he
Hey
wanted to set
man,
these.
I'm putting it like this here. I was a convicted felon. I could have easily played that victim role and, oh man, white man trying to hold me down. Everyone be successful, this, that, and the third. But then I was just like, what good would that do you, Q? What good would that do you? You pretty much got two daggone choices. Be productive or be a leech. Which one you want to be? I chose to be productive. And here I am now.
Yeah, no, and I'd say you're more productive than anybody. Half the people we probably know, you're more productive than them, especially doing the current job you're in.
And listen, I do what I do to get the job done. I will admit, and again, this is not me bragging. This is me making a statement of actual fact because it's true. I do a lot of work before the sun goes up, before more than a lot of people do before the sun goes down. You know what I mean? And again, that's not bragging. I'm just stating the truth. Like 85 to 90% of my days, I'm starting between 2 and 4 a.m. Like it is rare that I wake up after the sun rises. It is rare. You know what I mean? Like normally I'm up, like you said, doing those sounds like I consider 5 a.m. to be sleeping in now. I
Oh
really
yeah,
do. Yeah. 5
I
a.m.
had
is yeah, it's like this morning I woke up at 5 and was like, wow, I get to sleep in. Okay, cool, bet.
yeah, I get a really feeling of anxiety when I wake up and I can see the sun through the curtains of the truck. Like, yeah, I'll get like I get like I failed. I actually had that conversation with a kid who was on a couple episodes ago. My buddy Dom. I had mentioned I was like, yeah, I'm sleeping in tomorrow. He's like 5:30 a.m. sleeping in for you. I was like, oh yeah, 5:30 is definitely sleeping in. I was like, if I'm setting my alarm anytime after 5, it's considered sleeping in at this point because most of the time my alarm's set between 3 and 3:30. Because I get up, got to
Most
get a
definitely.
coffee. Yeah, get up,
Yep.
get coffee, stretch. Those are the best
And,
days.
and listen, and some days, you're setting your alarm clock for, midnight, 12:30, and you're doing some overnight trucking. You know what I mean? Which I'm not gonna lie, I used to hate it. Now, I mean, I ain't saying I love it, but I also don't hate it because less traffic, less people on the road. By the time you finish, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, truck stops are usually emptied out, and you can find you a spot to sleep at, an actual decent, safe spot.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. My trainer taught me that like when I first started at Pam, and that's why I'd like to get rolling between 3 and 4, so that way I'm shutting down mid afternoon, so I can get a spot too. I've driven nights a few times. Yeah, that's the perk of driving nights. Being able to shut down at like between 8 and 10. Yeah, you're always gonna find a spot no matter where you go. You don't have to worry about it. And yeah, there's less traffic. So where do you primarily run? Like, so you go all over. You're straight OTR.
I yep, straight OTR. I will say our bread and butter is going to be northeast and midwest, and then everything else. Yeah, I would say northeast, then Midwest, then Texas for me because I'm one of the few hazmat drivers that they have. Then going out west to Cali, NorCal or SoCal. Then the Pacific Northwest, and then lastly the Southeast, like Florida and whatnot. Which can we speak on Florida? Because I've been, it is hard to get freight of Florida way 70s, man. Like freight going into Florida, coming out. Good luck. Good
Oh
luck.
yeah, you had broken up a little bit, but yeah, basically you're talking about something I've brought up a lot. You're saying so yeah, going down to Florida really good, but going out is horrible. So actually, if you don't mind, are you paid percentage or are you paid by the mile?
I'm paid by the mile, baby. So more miles, more
Oh,
money.
okay.
That's why I'm driving like a madman.
Yeah, no, that I didn't know because you had mentioned about the freight coming out, but you must get a lot of deadhead because anytime I've gone to Florida, the only way out is basically you got to drive to Savannah.
You know what? Yeah, I would say of all the times I've delivered to Florida, and I say that's at least 30 times. I would say maybe twice I actually picked up a backhaul in Florida. Every other time I'm either going back up to Atlanta or going westbound to Alabama or something. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, apparently they don't build shit in Florida. I don't know. Or maybe if you're doing reefer, you can pick up some oranges or something. But if you're doing dry van or flatbed, good luck.
Yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, the only time it's good is produce season. Other than that, yeah, Florida consumes. But you mentioned you go to the north, you go to the northeast a lot. Yeah, I had noticed on Twitter you were up in Connecticut. So you get up to Connecticut often. It looks like up to the northeast.
Yeah, I've been up there. I've actually been to Maine, but it's been a while, like years since I've been up there. But yeah, I would go to Hartford, Connecticut, a bunch of times up there. You know,
Oh yeah, and yeah, go UConn. We're finally back in the Final Four. But yeah, Connecticut.
man, my buddy is mad because y'all beat Gonzaga, which is his team and everything. But it's I don't even follow basketball, but I know it's been a weird March Madness. Like then everybody's bracket is busted because there's no more number one teams, and that's like the first time that's happened since they started. It's March Madness that there's no number one seed in the Elite Eight, which is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. They're the UConn in the Elite Eight was the only team to have ever won a national championship too. Yeah, it was definitely a crazy March, for sure. UConn's all Connecticut's got though, so you got to be, we got to be proud. We got to definitely got to be proud of something. But when you're up in Connecticut, I mean, if you're looking for a place to park, let me know. I got some hiding spots. My dad has a spot that you could park at if you ever get stuck. So
Oh,
let me,
most definitely. You got
yeah.
it, man. Thank you.
So yeah, you let me know. But yeah, we've been ripping for a little while. Anything like I said, you keep saying not to brag, and personally, one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on was to 100% brag because
Oh,
your story is uncommon, and what's the most attractive shit out there is uncommon people doing uncommon shit, and with how trucking's basically saved your life, brought you up, made you take extreme ownership of yourself. That's uncommon shit, man. Not a lot of people are doing that.
man. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but I'm just humble, grateful, and appreciative of where I'm at right now because I have hit rock bottom more than a few times. So I'm not about to sit here and be cocky about anything that I do. I'm just gonna say if I can turn my life around, anybody can because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed at all. It can be done. And I ain't saying, shit gonna be easy. It may downright suck. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it can be done. You know what I mean? I've been, I remember, yeah, back in, what was that, 97. So damn broke, so damn poor. I actually asked a homeless dude if he had any spare change to give me. Because I was short by like 47 cents to get on the bus. That was not a good feeling. And even worse feeling, he had it. Yeah. I, yeah, he looked at me, he's like, motherfucker, you asking me for spare change? Damn. And like gave me a $20 bill. I almost threw up. I was like, how you got money and I don't, and I got three damn jobs now? Like, what the hell? Like, yeah. To go from that to where I'm at now, pretty good. It's pretty daggone good, No longer sleeping on couches and floors, not no longer eating like, a toddler, you know. I'm making in a week what I never made in a month. Like this year. The year before I started truck driving, I made $17,000 gross, not net. And that was with nine jobs for that year. I made 32 in my first year, and I have continuously gone up in income every single year since. You know?
Yeah, and that's yeah, man. You can't write better stories than that. And at the end of the day, it has everything to do with your personal beliefs. You know what you put in your Twitter bio. You know, personal responsibility. Like this is all done by your own hand, by your own decisions. I'm sure obviously people helped you along the way, but
You know,
without you,
I'll be damned.
yeah,
I would be damned if I want to let somebody else control my life forever again. Because I fully admit there was, a time in my life I was not in control. Somebody else is telling me when to get up, when to go to bed, when I could be in the house, when I couldn't be in the house, when I could and couldn't eat because it was their food. You know what I'm saying? That was not good, man. Not good at all. And I'm just like, you got to do better. You got to do better, okay? Like this is just not fun. You're basically his property, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do better. So, like, I did and I have, because, again, if you're not responsible for yourself, what good are you? What good are you? I mean, let's be honest about it. If you're not in control of your own life, what good are you? So take it from that approach.
yeah. Think about probably the best way to think about it is if you're not able to bring yourself out of these situations, then what good are you for those around you and for the rest of the world, man? That's
Yeah, and also while we're on that same brand, it's like if you don't believe it, how you gonna get somebody else to believe it? You know what I mean? It's like if you don't think that you can make it, well, you're not gonna convince anybody else either. So you have to start with you gotta believe it too. Mindset. Uh-huh. Okay. So yeah,
yeah.
it starts there, mindset over everything. Like you gotta believe it deep down in your heart that you can make it or that you are attractive or that you are smart. Because again, if you don't believe it, how you gonna convince somebody else to believe it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like no matter what people say, life is just like any sales job. That's why sales experience is kind of important for some people because, yeah, like I could never sell something that I don't believe in if I don't believe in that product. So how are you going to sell yourself to whatever you want to do, job wise, business wise, if you can't even if you can't even believe in yourself, then you're never going to be able to sell anything. You know,
It's Boiler
if you,
Room. It's just like that movie. Have you seen that one?
oh, Boiler Room, yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
my favorite movies. So, yeah, with Ben
Same
Affleck.
here. Yes, yes. I was working at MCI, selling landlines over the phone. We used to watch that movie constantly. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, contrary to popular belief, a sale is made on every call. It's just a matter of who's going to get it. Either I'm going to sell you my product or you're going to sell me the reason why you don't want it. But there's a sale made on every call. Who's going to get it? So I'm just like, he's right. He's
Yeah,
right.
that shit applies to life. Yeah, that's one of Ben Affleck's like fucking top roles. He's a fucking animal in that movie. That movie's top tier. It was like I'm pretty sure it was based on The Wolf of Wall Street, like before like a lot of the truth about Wolf of Wall Street came out. I think that's what it was like loosely based on. Boiler Room
Okay.
was that shit. I at least that's as far as I know. Yeah, that shit came out in fucking like 2002, I think. Yeah, it had Vin
Yeah,
Diesel in it.
man. Yep. Vin Diesel was
Yeah.
in there before he became all Fast and the Furious and shit.
Yeah,
No,
that's one of my
actually, no, no,
fucking
no.
top movies.
Yeah, yeah, man. Freaking that movie was badass. Absolutely. Uh, uh, uh. Hey,
Man, you're yeah. You broke up a little. You're breaking up a little bit. You
Anymore?
broke up. You're breaking up a little bit. What'd you say?
Oh, to me, like when the person takes the phone call, he's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna open up the door she can hit my floor. And they were like, ah! And then one guy just yells out, "Oh my God, I'm gonna come!" Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Oh, I
That
know the
shit
scene.
gets me every fucking time.
Yeah, the scene. He's like, yeah, my floor is blowing up. My floor is blowing up. Yeah, because everybody's selling that stock, and he opens the door. I love that scene. You broke up a little bit. You came back in saying it.
That shit is hilarious. Like, wow. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that's what's going on at the TQL brokerage. The all the freight brokers.
Boy,
That's what they
hey,
do.
hey, you know what's crazy is I actually follow a guy who was a stockbroker in Chicago during the late '80s, early '90s. He loves that movie, and he's just like, dude, it was just like that, but worse. And at least in Chicago, it was like that. Boy, he said, third day on the floor, he saw somebody get stabbed. You know what I'm saying, of a fucking argument with stocks and shit. Just,
Oh man, I don't doubt that shit though. That's probably how fucking intense it was.
yeah, man. He said apparently somebody had like put in the wrong digits somewhere, and it cost the other guy like 400 grand. And yeah, dude left the building with a couple more holes in his body. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, Chicago. You never know out there. Fucking, they can get pretty cutthroat.
literally, literally cutthroat. Ha,
Yeah,
ha.
legit cutthroat. So where are you shutting down at today?
Man, I have no idea. I'm almost to Nebraska. I'm almost through Nebraska. I have enough hours now. I'm at least gonna get through Iowa. Once I get into Illinois, pick 'em. There's a Sap Brothers exit 72 in Illinois on I-80. If the traffic's good, I can make it there. If not, I'll find a rest area or Lowe's or something. You know?
Yeah, no, fuck yeah. I was just in Illinois. I was just up in Mount Vernon, but I don't think you're crossing that way. I think Mount Vernon's right off. I think that's technically 64, but you're staying on 80 basically.
Yeah, yeah. I've got deliveries at the Whole Foods in Chicago, U-Haul in Forest Park, um, some hazmat in Bensonville, and then empty out in Fort Wayne. Hopefully before 3 a.m. Before 3 p.m. Um, tomorrow. If not, they open up Tuesday, 8 a.m. We got a back haul again in Fort Wayne. Basically, if I can be leaving Fort Wayne by no later than, let's say, 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, I can be sitting pretty back in Denver, let's say Wednesday afternoon or something.
Oh, okay, sick. No, that works. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're pushing. So you're moving. So you have one dry van trailer and you've got four stops on it.
Yes, and that's not even a record. I do what's called LTL freight. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, so
uh,
you're doing LTL.
yeah. Now, sometimes, it might be the whole truckload going somewhere. A lot of times it is multiple stops.
No, that's not a bad gig, especially if you're doing by the mile. I feel like doing LTL, you could probably cover more ground
Yeah.
sometimes because when it's just one load going to one place, you're restricted on a lot of the miles. But LTL, you could probably cover more miles like that. I like it.
A lot of
But
miles, $25 per drop, which is not too shabby.
yeah, that's tarp pay for some guys who do flatbed. Some of them it's 25 to tarp, 25 to take the tarp off. But
Yep.
now, so you've mentioned, so you're in a relationship. You said, right?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
I wanted only because I did an episode recently with a woman whose boyfriend works in the oil field, and I think it's always important to bring that up because I'm married as well. So how do you guys make it work? How's that schedule right? Because I'm sure there's some drivers or people thinking about it, and that's a factor.
Yeah. You know what? I think my situation may be an outlier because I'm just gonna go ahead and spill the beans because I did it on another podcast. She's my dispatcher. She's my dispatcher. So she gets it. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the road for a while and everything. She's okay with that. Now for for other couples in relationship, both of y'all need to have it good in your head. Like, listen, if we want to keep up our current way of living and our lifestyle, I'm going to have to be on the road. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and I'm not talking with just a week. You're gonna have to be out for weeks at a time. And I know for some companies, your major ones, you get 1 day off for every 1 week on the road. So if you're on a week off, you're gonna have to do 7 weeks straight. That's not every company, obviously, but they're out there. Make sure your partner is okay with that before you take that job. And for God's sakes, do not, under any circumstances, get on the road after you've had an argument with your partner or your spouse, because that alone time sitting in your truck wondering what the hell she's doing, what the hell he's doing, it can wear on you. I've heard some stories. So
Yeah, man.
make sure that you guys are, locked in, dialed in before you get back on that road.
No, that shit's really important. Yeah, people need to. Sometimes people get into it. They think it's going to be okay. They can make a schedule, but it's going to be 2, 3 weeks at a clip. You make it work. I mean, I'm lucky. Like I said, I didn't go home because I had a wedding to go to, but my wife flew to that wedding. So it's just, unless you're both, that's the thing. Relationships take work as it is, but if you're going to be trucking and in a relationship, guess what? You're going to have to work. Like there is no relying on each other. Like it takes levels of independence from both parties, and then it takes working together. Like you got to be like you can't have you can't be in a relationship with somebody if you're a trucker and you're married to somebody. They need to be independent of themselves. They can't rely on you. They need to be their own person, because if they're just relying on
Yes.
you, to be around, then yeah, that relationship's it was doomed to fail from the start, and that's just really how it is. But no, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing. But like when it comes to a lot of industries and jobs, like when it comes to trucking, though, you're lucky. Like I tell you what, yeah, you got a diamond in the rough. Like you're with a dispatcher. She knows the deal. Yeah, she knows what you're doing. Yeah, it's
Uh
not there.
huh.
There's no
And,
unknowns.
yeah, and she told me flat out, look here, man. Just because we dating and doing a hanky panky don't mean I'm gonna take it easy on you. I'm gonna pimp your ass out. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Run me here, run me there. Let me come back for like a couple days or something like that. We can go lovey dovey and then get back to it. I have no problem with that at all.
Yeah, no, hell yeah, man. I loved it. That's good. That's good advice too. Another thing you do on Twitter, which I'm a big fan of because I'm all about the getting after it stuff. Where did the push up thing come from? You're always posting videos of you doing push ups. I
You
got
know
to know.
what? I'll admit it's been a couple weeks. I have no excuses. I can say, "Oh man, it's because I've been running this and running that." I have a case of the yips. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping I can restart it at some point um, this week. Where did it come from? It came from me trying to tie my damn shoes a year and a half ago, and they passed the hell out at my buddy's farm. It came from me walking from my friend's truck up the stairs to his front door and damn near pass out. Basically, I wanted to get in better shape, get in better health, and look better naked. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? And it started, yeah, January 1st of last year. I'm up in the mountains in Colorado. I had my friend's yak farm and everything, and it hit midnight. I was not sober. I didn't a little bit. And the thought came to me, hey, get your fat ass up and do 5 push-ups right now, fat boy. So I got up and hurt like hell. But I did them. I'm like, okay, hard part's over. You know, you can do it. Keep doing it. So 5 became 10, 10 became 20. Now, when I do them, I'm up to 100 push-ups a day, and I've incorporated cardio. I was doing kettlebell training, but then I remember like you were always strong. It was just your cardio that sucked. So Again, when I do the cardio, it's a minimum half a mile walking. I'm not running or jogging because, well, my knees would call me the N word if I tried that shit. But I can walk. I can walk for half a mile. You know what I mean? So yeah, when I get on it, minimum half a mile and 100 push-ups a day. And thankfully, people have started breaking my balls. You know what I'm saying, about exercise because on my previous account, listen, bruh, the amount of grown men I had tweeting at me in all caps, those aren't real push-ups. Your elbows ain't like this, and your neck looks like, shut up,
They're
okay?
the haters.
Like, yeah, I'm like, there are variations of push-ups, first and foremost. Secondly, would you rather I not do anything, just sit on the couch and eat potato chips and what was me? Like, I'm doing something. Slow
The,
motion is better than no motion, you know?
the shit talkers are doing nothing, and that's why they're talking shit.
That's why they stop because anytime somebody would chastise me, I'm just like, but since I'm doing it wrong and you know so much, post a video of you doing push-ups. Silence.
Yeah,
Nothing but silence.
nothing.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You know, so they may still come around every once in a while. I don't pay them any mind. I give them one chance. Post yourself doing it, or leave me the hell alone.
No,
Or
I'm
get
with
you
that.
into serious about losing weight. I'm just like, yeah, no, whatever. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away.
No, yeah, always silence the hater. Yeah, when it comes to internet haters, like especially drivers, why especially when it's other drivers. Drivers always do more miles. They always make more money than you. Yeah, and then when you call them out on it, yeah, they go silent. But I could tell you when it comes, you're doing actually the right thing. Like especially walking. Like yeah, people think you need to run, and like I and I've done, I've ran a couple marathons and stuff. But like I don't tell people like you don't have to do this. Like what? Like I just do it just to let people know like hey, you can. But at the end of the day, yeah, if you just want to better yourself and drop some weight, all you need to do is walk. Like walking is
Dude,
key.
hey,
Walking is
literally,
king.
what is it? Anywhere between 35 to 40 laps up and down your truck and trailer. That's going to get you half a mile right there. It takes my big ass, what, 20, 22 minutes? So somebody smaller than me could probably do that in like 15 minutes or something like that. And I mean, like I've actually tracked the distance on this Nike Run Club app and everything. Yeah, like anywhere between 35 to 40 laps up and down. Like you start at your driver's seat, around to the end of the trailer, come back to your driver's seat. That's one lap. You do that 35 to 40 times, depending on how fast you're walking. That's going to get you at minimum half a mile. If you're walking fast, like some days I've clocked in at 0.63 miles, 0.68 miles. You know what I mean? So start there. 20 minutes. 20
Yeah.
minutes. Now I say that as I haven't did it in about a couple weeks. And I really need to get back on that. Yeah, I'm going to really attempt to get up tomorrow morning and like, look, it's 20 minutes. Get your fat ass out there and do them. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because
It's all mental, without a doubt.
yeah, it really is all mental. You just have to start and continue. Like I lost about a good 40, 50 pounds last year. I'm right around 410 right now. My goal is to get to 350 by the last week of December before I take off to Florida with baby girl again, and I'm really motivated to do that.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get you there. We're definitely gonna get you there. I'm here for you too. I'm gonna help you out, man. We're gonna be
Listen,
motivating each other.
and now that I know that the hotel that me and my baby girl go to has at least a treadmill, okay, I can definitely get on the treadmill, bang out about 45 minutes or something like that, and keep it moving.
Dude, that's where it's at. I'm glad you mentioned that with the truck. So doing dry van too. I tell guys like even waiting at these warehouses, they keep you sitting for 2-3 hours. I'm walking just up and down the truck, just doing that because I'm going to be scrolling on my phone talking shit anyways. So if
Uh-huh.
whenever I've been waiting at a receiver, shipper or receiver, I'll just get out of the truck and walk up and down. And that's yeah, you could do that while you're waiting. You might as well
Yep.
because it's not like they're going to go anywhere faster.
I have definitely done that at a warehouse when I've got back into a dock and I know that I'm gonna be there for a moment. I will walk up and down that trailer. I do my push-ups off the steps of my truck and everything. And yeah, you can definitely do that. And yeah, some people might stare or snicker. Let them. Who cares? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's your life, not theirs. Live it to the fullest, baby.
Oh yeah, the staring always comes. I get stared, honked at. Anytime I'm coming back from a jog, I got my fucking yellow vest on. There's always some old ass dude who's honking because he's pulling in. Yeah, you just gotta know. Like I said, uncommon people doing uncommon shit.
Ugh, I have some dude who damn near made me look small, which is a feat in and of itself, trying to tell me that that I'm freaking doing it wrong. I'm like, well, can you show me how to do a real push up? I don't have time for the art, man. I just want you to just like, yeah, that's what I thought, Tiny. That's what I thought. The nerve. Mind you, he's telling me this, you know what I'm saying, with a big old 1 liter of Dr. Pepper in one hand and a freaking double cheeseburger in the other. I'm the one doing it wrong. Okay, there, Sparky. Okay, whatever you say, big man. Whatever you say.
Yep, that's exactly like It's that those are the exact people who are the ones always talking shit. It's the ones who like I said, I heard this phrase once. People who are doing better than you, they're not even thinking about you. But the people who are talking shit, they're nowhere near close to being as high, being on your level.
Boom.
Without
Say it again
without
for
a
the
doubt.
people in the cheap seats. Huh.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of them. There's people who are paying attention and they know, and they're saying once because that's like that's the thing. There's this term out there. There's people out there who call me a tryhard, and I know what that. And what's crazy is I used to call people a tryhard too, and that's back. This is years ago, and the people who I called tryhards are people I was just jealous of.
What the hell is a try
That
hard?
a tryhard. Somebody, when basically like say you're on the internet, like the content, like I produce a lot of fitness content, on TikTok and shit. And like, I'm always, I'm yelling and screaming, there's people who think that I'm like a tryhard. I'm being overtly, you know, I'm being like too open about like what I'm trying to do, like, especially health and fitness wise, like a tryhard is almost like it's almost like the goody two shoes of like self-improvement, I guess. I don't know. That's the best way to describe it. And it's like I would call people a tryhard too. A tryhard's almost like a quote, like a practice hero, somebody who's like, you know, um, taking practice too seriously. Like they take themselves too seriously is basically the insult. But really, it's just jealousy because that person is probably working harder than you.
You know what? I mean, now that I know what it means, I'd rather be a try hard than a don't try or a never try. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For real. It's
then a do
like
nothing. Yeah,
I may not be doing much. I'm doing better than the motherfucker sitting on the couch eating potatoes and ripping off bong rips and binge watching Matlock and everything. I'm doing more than they are. So that's a start. That's a
exactly.
start.
No, fuck yeah. That is a start, and that's what it's fucking all about, man. But hey, we've been ripping for a little while now. Is there anything else you wanted to lay it down before I let you go?
Let's see, man. I
Because I
mean,
could go. Because trust me, I could talk. Like I said, I'm parked at a Planet
same,
Fitness.
same.
So I mean,
Honestly, I was just, tell people, man, listen, live your life how you want to. Some people are going to hate on you regardless of what you do. No matter how successful you are, what you've gained or accomplished, some motherfuckers just going to hate. Let them. They ain't you and you ain't them. Live your life the way that you want to. Love yourself. Take care of your health. Take care of your wealth. Take care of those you deem worthy of your love. The rest of these sons of bitches, eh, you know what I mean? So just do you. Be okay. You know, get money and drink water. Do that.
get money and drink water, man. I don't think there's really a better probably a better place to end it right there. Drink water and get money. Yeah, that might be a fucking new slogan of mine right on top of it. So are you You're not. Are you? You're going to be at Matt's or no? Mid America Trucker Show. Or are you going to be
I water
rolling?
right here. You know what? I've never been to a truck show because well, I'm just on the road. You know what I mean? And no honesty, no disrespect to those truckers at the truck show. It just those trucks are too pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like my truck is an extension of me, dirty, grimy, ugly, but it gets the job done. All those pretty little trucks, I mean, that's cool and everything. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a show truck once I stopped working, but
Yeah. I mean, I'll be. Yeah.
I'd rather be getting some money because again it falls back onto what I was doing before my previous life. You know, I didn't plan for my older years, so now I got to make up for lost time and miss stuff like Mid American Truck Show because I got to get this money up. You know what I'm saying to make up for lost time when I should have been getting the money in my younger years. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it is. I'll be my truck. I mean, I'll be there with my truck, and I'm going to be in the. I'll be in the scumbag lot where I belong with the regular trucks as well. I definitely
The
won't be near the show
scumbag
trucks.
line.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but yeah, I'll be parked there. But yeah, I just didn't know if you're going to come by because I always want to let people know, like for the people who are listening, especially if they made it here. Where can they find you online? Where can they find your content? You on
Okay.
Instagram?
You know what? Technically speaking, yes, but I haven't posted anything since my first year of trucking. It's literally one post, a picture of me eating ass. So you can find me on Twitter. I'm only on Twitter. All right, at not a BBW lover. That's where I'm at. I ain't on Facebook or Instagram or anything. Like I said, I'm on Instagram, but I don't use it. If you want to engage with me, find me on Twitter at not a BBW lover. Sorry in advance because my timeline is a Greco-Roman clusterfuck, and I can't put that any other way. It's just whoo, all over the place.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you follow at your own risk, like I said, I think
Yeah,
I think it's some of the greatest content the internet has to offer. Some like your Twitter is basically what keeps me on that fucking platform because a lot of the shit makes me want to fucking kill myself. But like, man,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I run down like a Twitter thread that you're engaged with, it'll just absolutely change my whole day. But yeah, if you're one who is like who loves political correctness and like is easily offended, then just stay the
Go
fuck
somewhere
away.
else.
Yeah,
Go somewhere else. Because the thing, one thing about my timeline and me in general, it's genuine. This is not an act. Okay, I've actually met people off of Twitter in real life. I actually just met one of the homies yesterday. They'll tell you I'm the same person on the timeline that I am in real life. I haven't said anything on Twitter that I wouldn't say to a motherfucker face. Consequences be damned. This is not an act. What you see is what you get.
Nah, I fucking love that. And we're gonna talk offline because we're gonna cross paths. We're gonna have to get a push up video going real soon.
Okay.
I gotta see where you're at because I'm all around the country too. So we definitely gotta link up one of these days soon. But you guys know where to find them at not a BBW lover. You know where to find me at Lumbar Trucking. And hey, let them know one last time. What get money and drink water. That's gonna be the sign off.
You know what? Yes, get money, drink water. I got that slogan from a battle rapper who made T-shirts. Get money and drink water. I'm just like, you know what? That's simple and right to the point. Get money, drink water. That's it. Get money, drink water. I would if I want to add an addendum, don't be an asshole, or at least try to be less of an asshole. But get money, drink water. There you go.
There you go. That's it. We're going to sign off here. Get money, drink water. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Peace.